Hello there, YouTubers. I was going to do a video yesterday, and after seeing the video I did the other day on the wood splitter, you couldn't figure out what I was saying half the time because it's so windy. Yesterday, it was just as windy. I don't know, we must have moved into it would be less windier in a wind tunnel probably, especially on that video. Anyhow, I was going to do it on different pickaroons that I have and things I do to thing, and I think I did another one on pickaroons, but I can't find it. So I'd show you a couple of the pickaroons. This is the one I like best. This is one that I got. It just screws down in there, or maybe this one's a flat one. And this is a handle that I guess I'll probably turn it on the lathe. It might be a leftover handle. I save this one looks like I turn it on the lathe too. I might have made it smaller. It was probably bigger around. I made it smaller on the lathe. Some things that I like about them. This one's pretty light and it's real nice. I might cut this off to make it even lighter. I use this one for pulling the logs out of the loader bucket onto the wood splitter. That's all I use these for. And when I broke this one, we broke it in a previous movie using that. We had a log stuck in a Dana wood processor and trying to get it out, and I'm doing one thing and doing another thing. Next thing I know, the guy hits the lever and crunched the handle, and it hasn't ever come back quite up to what it was. So when that happened, I went out and bought a bunch of them, and I bought this one here. It's pretty nice. I like the fact that it's got a thing, and you can hook it and pull it to you. I bought this one, thought it would be real handy. It's got like a hatchet head on there. This one was real expensive. I can't read the name on it anymore, and I use that. I can't seem to keep an edge on that at all, and I think it was overpriced. This one here was over $100 as I recall. It's got a name on it, but I can't see what it is. It works well. Once again, it's got the hook. I don't know whether that's plastic or metal. I got no idea. Hook the log, bring it over. Same. They're almost identical things, but this one here was half the price. It's a little bit longer. The tubes seem to be hollow, so they're fairly light. This one here I made out of a hatchet. The hatchet, was like up here and then came up and went up like that. And so I cut it, and then I heated this up. I bent a little around. That one was really working good until I hooked something and pulled the head off, and I just haven't fixed it yet. This was some kind of really exotic wood, but it wasn't very strong. Pretty wood, real pretty. But I got to fix that one. I'm gonna have to heat it up and move the hook. Even though it was the same as that hook there, because it was a little bit longer, it changed the whole dynamics of it, or whatever you want to call. Anyhow, that's another one. I use this Fiskars one. Fiskars has been really good to me. They're a real good company. It's just getting to a little bit too heavy, but this one works real well. The problem with all of them, you have to sharpen them. They look like they got a sharp point, but you sharpen them more. But Fiskars, big company, really stand behind their stuff. Good quality piece there. This one here I got. It reminded me of the first one I had here. That I think I paid $10 for that piece on eBay, but this thing is so heavy that I don't ever use it. This thing is just heavy. The handle, they didn't do a very good job of sanding the handle down. I don't think there's any finish on it, so I don't really care for this one. I don't really remember where I got it. This one here also I got, looks like a real nice one, but the handle's just too big around. I can't grab it. Another thing, if you're pulling logs, I like to have something at the end so your hand doesn't slide off. See the Fiskars here, how they have the notch, and all the other ones have the notch, so that's something that you might want to look for. If you get one of these, just a fireplace poker is all that was, I think, or a fireman's pole pike, I save all the handles that, how many times have you broken one of these? And so I save, being a pack rat hoarder, I save everything. And now, I find that, it's coming handy, because now, I'll have a handle here. I put this off a shovel on. In fact, that might be a shovel handle, and I turn this down for the next one that I was going to do. Next one I was going to make, I'll probably make another one. Here's an old handle off a broke wood splitter wedge. Nice handle, works well. Here's another, I guess, pickaroon. That's I guess a poor man's pickaroon. This was a mop handle they threw out. I guess it was a rest in this. I was a janitor. It come from the wrestling room. They broke it and threw it away. I just drilled a hole in it and put a screw through it. Now what I use this for is when I'm stickering wood, I can go out to the end and pull the log to me, or I can, get on this end here of it and push it. These are all screwed in so they don't move too well, but anyhow, you can go to the end when I'm stickering wood. You can push and pull a board, because usually when I'm stickering wood, I'm by myself, one-man band or half-a-man band. Anyhow, that's a poor man's, I guess, pickaroon or whatever you want to call it. But this thing is real handy when you go to stickering wood. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. One thing though on all of them, you got to sharpen them. Another pickaroon that I like a lot. This one here I use a lot. This one came from Forestry Supply, I think, outfit. And that thing, for moving rounds on the ground so you don't have to bend over and roll them, that thing really works good. But you got to, like all of them, if you don't sharpen them, they don't work worth a darn. So, spend yourself a time with a file and a sanding stone or whatever you use to sharpen whatever you got. I'm sure everybody's sharpening things. Put a nice point on that thing and it'll work a lot better. It's got mud on it right now. I use it for various things. I've been digging out multiflora floral bushes that are in a place where I'm working on something right now, and you can just pound that in the ground and pull those roots out and get it out pretty good. So that this is a real handy one. This is a go-to one for logs on the ground and miscellaneous things. Then the second one I go to is probably this one here because it's light. Depends what's there. I go to this one. I move around from one to another. And here's another. It's not a pickaroon, but I was talking about sharpening things. When you got your log turner, these things got to be sharpened too. I don't know what that is. I guess it might be called a dog, might be called a who knows. But you can see where I've sharpened it in the past. But you got to keep all your tools that are supposed to be sharp. That's what it is. I've seen some people use this one here where they go down, they stab the log and they pick it up. I'm not really into that, for the reason, if I stab the log down here and pick it up to set it on this table, I got to pick it up a lot higher than just going down and picking up. Now I might stand it up with one of these other pickaroons. This one's a nice pickaroon. I never used it because it's just too heavy, too bulky for me anymore. I ain't got that kind of strength anymore. But I'm not into those different. There's different log tongs and stuff like that you go over the log, pick it up. But if you watch all of them, they pick it up. Well, if you put it on the table here, now that you got this log tong on the top of it, you have to pick it up this much higher, which you're arching your back and then you're twisting. I don't know. I'm just not into that. It's still a lot easier to just roll your logs into a bucket, set them on a table. So anyhow, I'd be interested in some of your pickaroon ideas, or how you've made pickaroons, or that kind of stuff, or what kind of pickaroon you find best, or maybe you never even heard of a pickaroon. But for wood splitting and working wood, I kind of recommend. I use it more for splitting and digging up multiflora roses and moving logs around. So this is a real nice one. Forestry Supply outfit. This is a real one that I use, is a go-to one. And like I said, this one was real good because it's super light, but I got to bend the nose on it a little bit straighter, and I'll put a hickory stick on it when I get around to it. Now that the weather's gotten cold, we're in the greenhouse because there's no wind in here, and believe it or not, it's cloudy out, and I don't have the heat in here, and it's still 70 degrees. So anyhow, that's it for this video. I'm going to try to do one outside in a minute on anchor seal, or not anchor seal, sealing the end of your logs. So look forward to that. If the wind slows down a little bit, I'll do it. Over and out. Bye.